The beat go off.
Feel like I'm Goku.
Now let's finally talk about this whole Vegito situation that I keep getting answered or asked all day long, and I'm kind of done talking about it. If you keep asking me, why do you put Vegito over Beerus over and over again, I'm just kind of done talking about it. But I really want to break down why I think Vegito is way stronger than Zamasu, and that fight doesn't really show. Like, if you're not paying attention to the fight that well, you're not really understand why I think that. So let's kind of break this down. So Zamasu has the power of Goku Black in terms of like always using Zenkai boost, and have the immortality of future Zamasu, like the perfect fusion technically. But then when he faces Goku, who overpowers him and uses Blue Kaioken and knocks him away, his halo is broken, and you see a little bit more of some corruptness in there. But he still has his immortality, and he still's got that Goku Black power. So Goku and Vegeta fuse into, Vegito. And Vegito turns Super Saiyan Blue and pretty much, casually blocks Zamasu attack. And then we get into like more of a brawl where Vegito is throwing punches, but they're really having no effect. And the main reason why is because Zamasu still has his immortality intact. Like, he's powering up and everything, but again, we have one scene where they're clashing, and like Vegito gets the upper hand pretty easily, and he's mocking him, right? And he like literally smacks him across the face like it's nothing. But out of nowhere, Zamasu powers up even more, right? And he quote unquote knocks out Vegito. And it's like everyone's like, okay, that's the main reason to show that Zamasu is on par with Vegito Blue. But no, Vegito Blue casually gets up and uses his Spirit Sword, mocking him yet again. And Zamasu says that you surpass all the gods and everything, and that but Vegito says like you still have the body of Goku, so you're still going to be mortal. But again, Zamasu still has his immortality factor still intact. Like, yes, he's mortal technically, but that side of him is still making him invulnerable to attacks. So they fight again, and Zamasu powers up even more, right? And Vegito, like literally showing that he was suppressed at the beginning, proceeds to overpower him, saying that you have all this power, you can't match my speed. Then he proceeds to use the final Kamehameha wave. Now here's the big kicker here. The main reason why Zamasu survived that attack because his immortality factor or his regeneration was there. But right after that, like Vegito Blue uses his Savage Strike, and you can see that Zamasu was smoking. That shows that his immortality / regeneration factor was killed off once Vegito used the final Kamehameha wave. That's why Future Trunks was able to kill, quote unquote, kill Zamasu and force him to go into like, immortal like spirit mode or whatever, because that regeneration factor was killed off by the very powerful final Kamehameha wave, which in the manga was compared to Beerus. Like, especially, actually, no, not compared, like more powerful than Beerus. A lot of people like to use that scene to show that no, Vegito, of course, like he wasn't even able to beat Zamasu because it was a fight that was not in his favor, because like in like Gogeta versus Broly, right? Gogeta was fighting a mortal that doesn't have that much fighting experience and like doesn't have any hacks factor. Vegito was fighting a god who has hacks factor, immortality factor. Yeah, he was way more powerful than him, faster than him, but he had this like, he was like a sponge, and Vegito didn't know that using his strongest attack and plus Super Saiyan Blue on it will use up so much of his time limit. Like, a lot of people like to say that Gogeta is better than Vegito because he fought longer and everything, but Gogeta didn't like use his most powerful attacks. Like, he was kind of like playing around. Then yeah, he used Stardust Breaker, but Big Bang Kamehameha is his strongest attack. And Vegito thought he could finish him off with the final Kamehameha, plus he was using Super Saiyan Blue the entire time. Gogeta was using like Super Saiyan and all the other stuff. Vegito was going pretty much all out at the beginning. Well, like, he was still holding back because he was still able to overwhelm an even more powered up Zamasu, who was like a sponge absorbing all his attacks because he was immortal. But he used his strongest attack, broke down his immortality to the fact that he can finally be destroyed. But before he could finally finish him off, that's why he said this is over. His time ran out because he was using Super Saiyan Blue on top of the final Kamehameha, like fighting with that the entire time. So yeah, Vegito is way above Zamasu in terms of power, but it was a bad matchup. You finally get what I'm saying? Like, Vegito was stronger, faster, but he was just with a wrong matchup with a guy who was pretty much immortal for majority of the fight, and once he finally broke down that regeneration, he ran out of time. That's why I say that like the fight makes it seem like they was on par with each other, but Vegito was kind of like on a different league as a nutshell. And that's why I say Vegito's also stronger than Future Trunks, because even though Future Trunks is shown to be stronger than Zamasu, he fought him when he didn't have his immortality factor in there. And that's more of a fair fight regardless, because he broke down like Zamasu's like spirit sword with his own spirit bomb sword. So that's why I always say like Vegito was just in a bad matchup, but he's definitely stronger than Zamasu and Future Trunks, because I know a lot of people say Future Trunks beat Zamasu, Vegito couldn't. It's because Vegito like broke down his immortality, so you can see the overall power difference. So yeah, that's my view on the whole Zamasu versus Vegito Blue thing. I feel like a lot of people get the wrong context of that fight. Vegito Blue was stronger. He was just in a bad matchup with a guy with immortal hacks power. So yeah, that's my take. SonTj, peace. Love you all.
That's all, folks.